I got this message actually last night from this guy who's just getting started or thinking about getting started in the insurance industry, and he asked me a series of questions, and I thought, actually, I kind of want to maybe talk about this so that he can benefit from my answers, hopefully, and others thinking about either going into insurance like myself or any kind of sales role or anything like that. Maybe they can benefit from it. So the first question, how was your transition to an insurance agent, such as like the learning curve, if you had a normal 9-to-5 job before? And here's the thing, Mickey and everyone else watching, I'm gonna give you sort of a brief history of before getting into the insurance field. And I say brief because each one of these almost deserves their own episode and story, and you'll see what I mean. Right out of college, I worked for a mental health facility, crisis intervention unit for adolescents. Right after that, I moved to Texas for like a second. Then, believe it or not, I was the lead singer for, in my opinion, the best indie rock band called The Modern Society. So let's kiss while we're young, baby. I think my sideburns are about, I think they're about the same. Toured the country, we got signed, all of that stuff. After that, I went back and was a recruiter for the university that I attended, and then got a job as a physician recruiter. Some jobs are for some people, some jobs are not for some people. Sitting in a cubicle was not a job for me. So then a friend of mine, a fraternity brother, Clayton, had started an independent insurance agency that he started from scratch and invited me out to lunch one day. We sat down, we were talking, and my first initial thought was, insurance. Insurance is boring. Man, were we wrong. You know, because my work history was somewhat, not necessarily traditional, the transition for me to go from sort of 9-to-5 in a cubicle, you have to be here at this time, you leave at that time, just wasn't for me. It took a second for me to research and learn about what it meant to be an independent insurance agent. And once I did that and learned about that and learned about I just knew that I had to take that leap of faith. And it is a leap of faith because in any sales scenario, there is no sort of guarantees. That's the thing that was hard for my wife and I when we were kind of talking about this decision, is like, you never really know like how good you're gonna be until you go and you do something. Which kind of goes into the second question, which says, okay, let's face it, most people who go into sales for the first time aren't really the best at it. What kind of learning curve was there for, kind of figuring out the certain trick? And Mickey, like, here's the deal. There's no magic pill solution, in my opinion. I think there's a lot of things that would work and do work for me that might not necessarily work for you, and vice versa. The important thing is getting into an environment and hopefully an insurance agency that will allow you to experiment and see what works for you and what doesn't. And I mean, really, that kind of gets us into your third question. What advice would you give to a new agent? The advice that I would give any new agent is, don't be afraid to be yourself. A lot of us, just in general, tend to be versions of ourselves that we think other people want us to be. Just to be yourself, that is what is gonna make you successful. This job takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of the drive and the hunger to accomplish. Patience. This is not a get-rich-quick career. You have to have patience. You have to build a tribe of people that you can grow from. Pick people that are just killing it in the industry. They don't even have to be in your own state. Always, always, always be learning. Move toward like mastering your craft. The folks over at Agency Nation, if you don't already kind of just like consume their content, do it. It's gonna absolutely make you a better agent. Go to conferences. You're gonna meet tons of other agents. You're gonna be able to share ideas with each other, tips, tricks, all of these things. And Mickey, or Mikey, gosh, I hope I've been saying it the right way. Man, thank you so much for reaching out. Oh man, I forgot about the last question. I just looked at the message again. The last question that he asked is, what books do I recommend for someone just starting in the industry? Just one second, I'll show you. Darren Hardy's The Compound Effect. Okay, I just realized that I have my sunglasses on still. Also, man, I'm gonna go old school Gary Vaynerchuk on you. Oh gosh, where is it here? There it is. Thank you, economy. Happy reading. Have a wonderful weekend. I hope you got some value out of this. Peace.